This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
You are now in tune into to the Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast with your host, Jay to the Mark. Listener discretion.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back in full effect. It's the Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast. I'll be your host for this journey. This is Jay to the Mar. Jay the number 2, THAMAR. Follow or swallow on Twitter and Instagram. Also, be sure to check out the show, like it, subscribe, follow on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. Please subscribe, especially Twitter. I don't have really no Twitter followers. I think I'm the only Twitter follower for Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast. But be sure to check it out. Please like it. And if you want to email the show, it's dmiospodcast@gmail.com. dmiospodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, man. But it's been an interesting, couple of days, interesting week, to say the least. I don't know if y'all saw this, the Nas PBS special. I think it was to commemorate his, Illmatic. I think it was a 20-year anniversary, I believe. And he had like a, full like orchestra, or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. There's something different. A lot of people haven't done that to pretty much commemorate their albums, their projects, or whatever. So I thought, that's pretty dope. But overall, I honestly wasn't that impressed. I honestly, the reason why I wasn't that impressed is because Elzhi did the same thing like 7 years previous. Those of you who don't know who Elzhi is, please do me a favor and get familiar. This dude is probably one of the best artists I've ever heard. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. Elzhi music is just so dope to me. But he did a project called Illmatic about 7 years ago. And I think, 7 years ago, 2011. And it's a free download, And he did it with a live band. Will Sessions is the band. And it was pretty dope. It was really, really, well thought out. Very well put together. It was amazing. The live band, the sound, how they did certain beats over. It was crazy. So when I saw the Nas, PBS special, I wasn't too, I was just like, it was dope to watch. It was cool, but it was just like, this has been done already, And the thing is, and Elzhi had to do all, it was all his lyrics, not Nas' lyrics. It was Elzhi's, it was his own lyrics, that he wrote, that he rewrote according to, certain tracks, like Detroit State of Mind and shit like that. It was just dope. I'd highly suggest people check that out. It's better than the PBS special that Nas did, but not to knock it. I still think it was a great thing that Nas did with that. It was pretty dope. I would have picked out a better suit, but I don't know, that's just me. But it was pretty dope. I thought it was interesting for him to do that. He's actually doing a lot of stuff recently. Nas, he's doing a lot of I think he has shows with Netflix that's supposed to come out. He has I think he actually is having a project come out soon. I saw a picture of of DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, and Nas, and it read, I think it was DJ Khaled who actually posted like, oh, if you know what we're laughing about, you'll be very excited too, or whatever, or something of that nature. I don't know, but it was like suggesting that they're going to work together, those three or whatever. I don't want to hear fucking DJ Khaled, and Nas work together, or Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z worked with him before, but I can't stand DJ Khaled. Like, I have a personal gripe with him. And the thing is like, people are like, what the fuck you mean? How do you have a personal gripe with DJ Khaled? When like I said, I used to work for Rockefeller Records, and he called up the office one day and asked for, the person, my supervisor. And she wasn't there. Donna Grant. That's her name. I can't stand that bitch either. But yeah, I don't like a lot of people, I guess, from my Rockefeller experience. Actually, everybody else was cool, but I mean, I'll briefly tell you the Khaled story. It pretty much was just about he asked to speak to her, and how do I know it was him? Because it was, his name was DJ Khaled, and he was from Miami. This is before everybody knew who the fuck he is now, So I picked up the phone. And he just like put Don on the phone. I'm like, whoa, good morning. How can I help you? Put Don on the phone. I'm just like, yo, who is this? Because now I'm trying to be as professional as I can at the job, right? Now I'm just like, yo, fuck this dude. I don't give a fuck who this is. So he said, put Don on the phone. I said, man, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Click. He called back. Click. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Fucking fat carpet flying motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about you like that. I don't know you. And you gonna disrespect me? Like, this dude had no clout to be like trying to call shots like that. So, when Donna came back, I said, somebody, Khaled or, whatever, Khalid or whatever, he fucking, called for you and, he was disrespectful. So I'm just letting you know in case he tries to, if he wants to say something about me, I'm telling you before that shit happens. I hung up on him because he was being very disrespectful. And she said, it's Khaled, that's him or whatever. So, I didn't like that guy ever since then. And then when he got out, out of Miami for the most part and blew up, I'm just like, this fucking cocksucker. I couldn't stand him. Still can't stand him. And he's a shitty guy. He just seems like a piece of shit. Fat piece of shit. Don't like him. But getting back to the Nas PBS special, it's pretty dope. The most interesting fact of that piece was that the conductor, to me, because you have to understand, like I took music in when I went to college. I had to study music theory. I had to write notations. I had to, sheet music. I had to learn how to read shit. I had to learn how to play shit back and, things like that, and just world music and just listen to a bunch of shit that I wasn't really familiar with. I had classical music, shit like that on CDs. I had to listen to for homework and shit like that. And I can't remember none of the shit right now. But anyway, the conductor is playing a lot, hip hop. Essentially. So I'm just like, wow, that's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people can't do, shit. Hip hop people can't even play their own shit out on drums. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for him to do that and they put a whole, set together and everything, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. That was the most impressive thing about that whole Nas PBS special. But check it out. It's all right. It's straight. I mean, I skimmed through most of it because, I knew the songs. I thought like Nas would like, kind of shuffle the deck a little bit, like mix it up or play like, remixes and shit like that. And just, I don't know. I mean, I guess he did on some tracks, but I mean, overall, I don't know. But, yeah, that's that. Oh, and this is one thing that, I want to talk about. I don't want to go back into the Me Too thing again, but what's up with this Me Tupac? How did Tupac get dragged into the Me Too movement? This guy is dead. Tupac is dead. He's not here no more. But Vlad TV, and I'll probably have a story later about Vlad too. Vlad TV is interviewing Ayanna Jackson, the woman who accused Tupac of rape. Right? So I just found it interesting that, that she's actually willing to talk, after all this time, all these years. And I'm pretty sure Vlad probably paid her or whatever the case may be. I know she ain't volunteered to fucking do that interview because, but if you watch the interview, I think they're up to part 6. As of this recording, I think it's 6. So I don't know. It's very shaky with me, because she's very shaky. I mean, and I'm not gonna call her a liar. I think to call somebody a liar when it comes to something as serious as rape is kind of like dismissive. Like you're saying that everything she's saying is she just made up. Maybe she is, but watching the interview, you definitely get the vibe that she's not telling the truth, and it's not even that she's just like outright liar. It's just like some things are just very shaky, and she's not sure. She doesn't remember. It's like well, I don't know. Nah. And it's like very like kiddish, like it's like she sounds like childish, like if something like that happened to you, that traumatic, you will probably remember some elements of it. But then again, who am I to say that? I don't know. How she felt or what she was thinking. And the thing is, it's going to be hard for her to remember a lot of things, given the fact that it was so traumatic, so maybe some things she repressed in her brain, like subconsciously, or there's things that just too painful to talk about, So, I mean, that's why I don't want to call her a liar. But watching the video, you're like, wow, this girl is like, I don't know. It just seems like phony, like not phony, but just like she's just, I guess it was an opportunity for her to get paid, I guess, and Vlad kind of stole some of my thunder because I was going to talk about this and after when I talked about the Me Too movement initially, but what I found strange about the whole thing is that I don't know if people remember the Tupac rape trial. What happened was, well, I'm not going to go into the details of what happened in the hotel room and everything like that, but when it happened, I don't know if people remember, Tupac got shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to laugh about that part, but he got shot the day before his sentencing, I believe. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Because let's go back a little bit. And this is what I mean by Vlad took some of my thunder. Because I was going to talk about this because I don't think a lot of people know this fact of what happened. Now, again, Tupac is one of those guys who, remember, he's a son of a Black Panther. Always remember that. He's a son of a Black Panther. And the thing is, he had a large audience. That everybody, knew who Tupac was. Even if you didn't like his music, you knew who he was. You understand? He did movies, very articulate. Of course, he should be. He's an adult. But he was one guy who can clearly express himself as an artist. And I don't think a lot of rappers could do that. Matter of fact, most rappers can't do that. Big time rappers like that. So he had a large audience and he can speak to mass amount of people, and the thing is, when he used to speak, it was powerful type stuff, you know what I mean? So this guy has millions of people listening to him, his actions, his music, his movies, his legal cases, all that shit. I say that to say this. When he shot those two cops, right? And the thing is, he he didn't know they was cops. He just saw a brother getting fucked up by two white dudes, and people was like, oh well, he didn't know he was cops. If they was cops, he went there, did that. We don't know, but because they wasn't in uniform, they was out of uniform. But my thing is this: he still stepped up to the plate and helped his fellow man out. You understand? A lot of people still don't do that. So go fuck yourself with that argument. But he shot the cops, right? Now, the whole country knew what happened. So you don't think police departments all over the country wanted to get his ass? You don't think that? I think it. I think they wanted to get him. You understand? And so when he went to New York and he got shot, I was like, oh shit. And then, it was, actually the rape case, and then he got shot or whatever. Remember, who was it? I think it was Giuliani was the fucking, the mayor at the time in New York. Now, and I believe when the rape case happened, now check this out, when the rape case happened, he got arrested, by, two cops showed up to his door or whatever and, arrested him. When he got shot at Quad Studios, the same two cops were the first on the scene. Coincidence? No such thing. So I was like, God damn, that's kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I come up with my little, conspiracies and connect my little dots or whatever the case may be. But that was kind of weird. And Vlad finally asked the girl one question that I wanted her to answer. And the question was, because Tupac didn't get convicted of rape. He didn't get convicted of rape. He got convicted of, I think, 3 counts of sexual abuse or whatever the case may be. Like, he touched her butt. That's what he went to jail for the most part. But the guys who actually raped her, one is actually Haitian Jack, right? And the other guy, I think they say he got deported or he just bounced or whatever the case may be, and they couldn't find him like ever again type shit. And I think his sentence was lighter than Tupac's as well. So that goes to like, wait, hold on, who the fuck are these guys? And why didn't they go to jail? And the thing is, he asked the Ayanna Jackson, the woman, he said, how come Haitian Jack didn't, get a heavier sentence than Tupac? And he's the one that actually raped you. He's one of the guys who actually raped you. And she was like, I'm not sure. I'm not privy to that information or whatever the case may be. I don't, she was like evading the answer, to answer it. She was just like, and I'm just like, I didn't understand that. It was weird. Like, she didn't want to answer that part, because the story is that, Haitian Jack is like an agent or he's like a snitch and all this other stuff or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But he sounds like a really, fishy guy. He's actually doing interviews now too. He was actually on that Ice-T, Tupac show, because everybody's making money off of Tupac except for Tupac's estate. Do you see it? Do you see how it's happening? I mean, like, ever since Afeni passed away, you get all these TV shows and all this other shit. Same thing with Prince. Prince didn't like sharing his music with no fucking body. A lot of, you know how much shit Prince had, like recorded, but he kept to himself because he didn't want to give to the record company. Remember, he wrote "slave" on the side of his face. Remember that shit? And he changed his name to a symbol because he really felt a certain way about his material. But I'm getting off track, but I'm saying they're exploiting Tupac right now. Everybody is. And it kind of, like, I honestly don't want to really speak on it really too much, is because let the guy rest, man. Let him rest. Do I think he raped the girl? No, I don't think so. She pretty much says he didn't. It was the other 2 people that was there. But he was, in the room or whatever. Well, in the hotel, I'm sorry. In the hotel. I think it was in a separate room and they raped her or whatever. But it's crazy. What else is going on? Yo, did y'all see this? The Migos. So funny, I never heard the Migos song. Well, actually, I probably did, but, didn't know it was them. But I never really sat down and listened to a Migos song until I went to get a haircut the other day at my barbershop. Shout out to my barber, Rock, man. Shout out to Rock. 94 Jordan Street, Jersey City, New Jersey. Tell him Jamar sent you. You ain't gonna get no discount on no shit, but I mean, I don't know. This is I'm just promoting his shit. But anyway, so he's playing, my barber's playing, just music in the shop or whatever the case may be on the TV, like the videos and shit. And it was Amigos. And I'm just like, I'd never listened to them. And they don't sound impressive at all. A lot of people talk about them, and they actually call one of the guys or whoever, because I know one is Offset, right? Because he's fucking Cardi B, and it's Offset, and it's Laserbeak and Starscream. I don't fucking know these guys. I don't know. I just know the guy Offset. They sound like fucking weird guys. And Amigos, I thought it was like some weird shit. I Mexican group. I don't know. I thought it was Mexican rap at first. You heard the new Migos? I'm like, who the Spanish dude? Who the fuck is that? I don't know. And anyway, so I'm listening to it and I'm just like, this is like the same shit everybody else is doing. This what is different than what they're doing than anybody else. But the reason why I bring the Migos up, because they had some type of quote where they said that they're the best rap group ever. Yeah. Let that sink in for, a couple minutes. They said they're the best rap group ever. I'm like, wow, really? Wow. Because you're popular now. And a lot of rappers do that. And I kind of hate it. Like when rappers be like, yo, man, when we drop this shit, man, it's going to change the game. We're going to, we ain't playing no games. And I'm just like, you dropped and shit didn't change. I mean, there's only people that can probably say shit like that. It's like Wu-Tang and like NWA and, like Tribe Called Quest, Mobb Deep type shit. You know what I'm saying? And they probably wasn't even bragging about this shit. They probably said, yo, the music speaks for itself. But anyway, the Migos said that they're the best group ever. And I'm just like, wow, what, really? that's pretty kind of disrespectful to a point if you really want to think about it. I mean, but they could feel any way they want to. I'm not taking anything away from people say that they feel like they're the best ever. Shit. Like I can say, hey, this is the best podcast of all time. You know what I'm saying? I can say that all day. You'll see the results or whatever the case may be, or the test of time. And the thing is, the reason why I said test of time, because every artist has at least 3 to 5 years shelf life. 3 to 5 years. Think about that. So the Migos are going to be, I mean, they're a pretty big group. They're pretty popular. But I mean, give them like not even 3 years. I said give them 2 more years. They're going to be releasing free mixtapes after a while. Watch. You'll see. Remember Freddie Wap? What happened to that dude? Gone. In the blink of an eye. Pun intended. Done. Gone. He can't even put shit out no more, really. Unless he just chooses not to. Or maybe they just jerking him out this record label. I don't know. But the Migos saying they're the best group ever. I was just like, get the fuck out of here. They really said that? I was like, wow, that's kind of bold. And Busy Bone from Bone Thugs-n-Harmony actually was speaking on it, because they always ask Bone Thugs-n-Harmony what do they think about the Migos, but they never ask the question in reverse. They never ask Migos what they think about Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, because a lot of people compare the two groups. I don't see how. I don't know what the fuck they're listening to. I mean, honestly, you tell me. They don't rap as fast as Bone. They don't have no harmony and shit like that. They use auto-tune. Motherfuckers are still on T-Pain shit. Well, actually, fucking Roger Troutman and shit. Motherfuckers are still doing that. And I was like, wow, what is the comparison? I don't hear it. I don't know. Maybe because they have long hair. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's just as dumb. It's one of the dumbest comparisons I ever heard in my life, because it makes no sense. But anyway, Busy Bone was just talking about, like he's taking nothing away from them. He's just like, yo, they supposed to say that they're the best or whatever the case may be. We Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, they have hits and all this other stuff or whatever. And he just speaking about it like, yo, like whatever. Like, I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? He said, he met them and all this other shit or whatever the case may be. But I found it interesting that a guy like him who's had think about it, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony was big time. They were big time. I mean, Grammys, performing on the Grammys and everything. I mean, everybody could do that now, but it was like they were really big, and it was kind of crazy, like I never heard a style like that done that way. You know what I'm saying? It was just really, really dope. I mean, the harmony, they could rap fast. And it's not like they rapping like, like the fucking, mumble rappers today. They're not just stringing along just word. They actually had lyrics too, I think Bone is very underrated. Very underrated. And the thing is, like, I can see them saying, yo, we drop our shit, we about to change the game, because this is something that a lot of people wasn't expecting. Nobody heard no style like that. But check out this is actually a good documentary. What is it called? Damn, my boy is going to fucking kill me if I don't get it right. But it's a documentary about I think it's like Bay Area rappers. I think it's on Netflix right now too. It's like Freestyle Fellowship is in it and things like that. And they were saying like, yo, like, we had rappers like that come through. They had like a little shop, like a little coffee shop type of thing, and they go in there, different dudes would rap and perform or whatever, and it was just this dope hip hop fucking place. You have to see it. It's really, really fucking good. It's really dope. And somebody in the documentary said, yeah, we had people rhyming like Bone before Bone came out. He said actually they came down here one time, you know what I'm saying? I think with Easy or some shit like that, and next thing you know, we heard of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, like months later or whatever the case may be. But it's really dope. But yeah, I mean, and you think about great groups in hip hop. I mean, I just named a few of them earlier, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think hip hop is like this. It's always this competition thing, which kind of drives me crazy. It drives me up the wall. I'm like, yo, why does everything have to be a competition? Can people do a collaboration without somebody saying, oh, well, he had a better verse than he did or she did or whatever? It's like, yo, they're just making good music. Fuck it, who cares? Are they good verses? Period. Yeah, that's all right. That's all we should fucking want. That's all we should fucking want. But the best group ever? I don't know. That shit kind of, yeah. What else is going on? Oh, the Black Panther movie is coming out soon. And please, black folks, please, can we tone it down just a little bit? I mean, this is not the second coming of the civil rights movement. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? I mean, motherfuckers, they got GoFundMe pages and, taking bus trips to go see the shit. And I'm just like, yo, goddamn. Now, mind you, I mean, it's making record pre-sales in terms of the tickets. And, people want to see it. I get it. I want to see it too. I want to see the movie as well. But it's just like, this is not going to save black people. You know what I'm saying? Or this is something that every black person needs to see. I mean, it's good that you're showing black people in a royalty type of, a movie. They look like royalty and all that, But it's like, you should feel like that anyway. A cartoon character shouldn't fucking, validate you. You understand? And the thing about it, it's a cartoon character made by a fucking white man. How about that? And the white man's gonna get paid off it more than anybody. I think Jack Kirby's the one who, drew him up, and Stan Lee's, getting credit for it as well. Shit, Stan Lee had get rushed to the hospital the other day. Probably because of those fucking allegations against him. Probably scared them to death, literally. That's crazy. But yeah, this black people, can we just tone it down with this shit? This one girl on Twitter, she's just like, oh, when Black Panther comes out, white people, y'all better stay out my way. I'm like, wait, hold up, let me get this straight. So white people made the motherfucker, right? They fucking they built the movie theater that you're gonna fucking watch this shit in. And when you spend your money on your ticket or your popcorn and your soda and all this other shit and this t-shirts and everything, they're gonna get paid off it. They're probably like, okay, go ahead. We'll stay out your fucking way. Go ahead. Go spend all this money and on this cartoon character, this imaginary guy. I wish people went to go see Birth of a Nation like that. But what happened with that? When Birth of a Nation came out, they fucking was throwing all types of shit at that was Nate Parker. Oh, he raped some girl and also he had rape allegations or whatever. But it wasn't true. Or whatever. I think it was like 20 years, previous or some shit like that. Like pretty much at the same time Tupac's fucking rape case. The fuck was up with the 90s and raping? Crazy. But yeah, black people, let's just chill out with this fucking Black Panther thing. And I'm going to see it. I think it's going to be dope. Just saw the new Avengers trailer. They went a little light with it. I thought, but the thing is, they have to, because that's going to be like this ultimate shit. I can't wait to see that shit. That shit is going to be so fucking dope. So dope. Let me talk about things I like. Skazu's new album, In Celebration of Us, is pretty good. It's really good. Very cohesive, it's like grown man type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to a lot of the dumb shit they keep. That's why I don't even listen to a lot of the fucking music anymore. If it ain't some shit that I already fucking got, or, from my favorite artists, I don't give a lot of, new shit spins, because it's all the same shit, And then when you have underground artists, they're usually talking about, still like it's fucking the 90s. Yo, I'll punch a motherfucker in the mouth, I got the ratchet, and it's like, okay, you're 40. Who the fuck, you ain't going to jail. You have kids and shit like that. What the fuck you talking about beating somebody up and shit like that? The fuck out of here. The motherfuckers you should be beating up, you don't touch them. The fuck out of here. What else I like? Oh yeah, I told you I like the Avengers trailer. I thought it was dope. I want to see how it all plays out. That so crazy. I want to see what happens with that. Like in terms of Black Panther, like Black America is going to see Black Panther. So they already broke records in terms of like I said, the pre-sales and everything. So I wonder how Black Panther is going to stack up against the Avengers. I think Avengers, if it's good, which it should be, it will probably do really well, really fucking well. And the thing is, it's like Black Panther is already doing well, with the pre-sales. And let's not get it twisted. White people are going to see this movie too. They love the Marvel universe. I mean, come on. So let's not, like I said, let's tone it down with the, oh yeah, this is black royalty. It's good to see us as kings and queens. And But I think he has a white mentor in the movie, I believe, Black Panther. So we'll see what that's about. And I guarantee you, fucking at the end, like Captain America saves his ass. Guarantee you. I almost want to put money on that shit. Like watch Captain America save him at the end, and then they join forces, and then they gotta fucking fight Thanos and Wakanda or some shit. Watch. And I'm just like, called it. What makes me angry? What makes me angry this week? Hangovers. Actually, hangovers make me sad. Make me sad and angry at the same time. So frustrating. That's why I sound kind of down, I guess. This fucking hangover's been kicking my ass for most of the day because I haven't slept most of the day. So hangover's kicking my ass, but I'm better now. What else makes me angry? Oh, this makes me very angry. Child molestation makes me extremely angry. And not just the act of it, It's not just the act of what's happening. It's the act of the people pretty much ignoring it, not paying attention to it. I read a story on CNN. I believe it was this past weekend. And what happened was, it was a couple, two women. They was, lesbians or whatever. And I think they had like 3 kids in the house, and I think they was from as young as maybe 4 and as old as 10 or something like that. But what they would do, they would beat the kids and feed them dog shit. They fed the kids dog shit. I don't, you know what? It made me so upset. I was just like, these bitches need their ass beat. They need their ass beat. Seriously. Another story with the cupcake. 3-year-old kid took a cupcake without permission. 3-year-old kid. So it's like some innocent shit. Who gives a fuck, right? And again, I think it was it was 2 sisters. 2 sisters, and they I think they were like the guardians of the kid, whatever, because I guess the mom is all fucked up. So they took the kid in, and when the kid took the cupcake, chick beat him in the head, beat him with a baseball bat. Beat him in the head, beat him all over his body. 3-year-old kid. 3-year-old kid. These women are fucking kids up, man. They're fucking kids up, big time, all over the country. I remember a story, I believe it was like more than 10 years ago, I believe, where this was in New York. There was a little Puerto Rican girl. Oh man, I forgot her name, but she was sweet little girl. You could just tell by the picture she was like innocent type of girl. She's about, I would say 7, maybe 7, 8. And, her mom, of course, she's fucked up. And her mom had a boyfriend. So it wasn't, the little girl's father. It was just some dude that the mom was fucking. So what they used to do is lock the little girl in a closet. Just lock her in there. She didn't go to school, none of that shit. They just locked her in a closet. The boyfriend would go in there and pee on her sometimes. And what they used to feed her, they used to throw raw hot dogs in the closet. Just throw raw hot dogs in the closet. That's how she ate. She shit all over the place, pee all over the place. They don't give a fuck. Just keep the closet closed. Girl didn't go outside to play, had no friends. Where's her hashtag? Where's her Oprah speech? Where is it? That little girl is dead. When they found her body, she was so frail. Like almost brittle. Cause she was deteriorating. You can't eat a fucking hot dog. You know, they throw water and hot dog in there and I don't know, it makes me extremely angry. And usually I do like the likes and the angry, you know, what I like and what makes me angry towards the end of the show. But, you know, I thought I would start this one early because it's really some sad shit and there's some really evil fuckers out there. And I mean, if anybody's listening, I don't know what I can do besides speak on it, but you know, I think I'm going to obviously join like some like child abuse, like, you know, I don't know, some group or something, you know, or just what I could do in my community, or I don't know, DIFUS ain't worth a damn. And if those of you don't know who DIFUS is, DIFUS is like, you know, you know, they go to people's homes and they, you know, see if the kids are in, you know, livable conditions, being treated well and everything. Yo, kids are getting raped. Kids are getting murdered. You know, and I get it, and it's not to take, you know, anything away from, you know, what's going on with the women. But these bitches in Hollywood suck dick for a movie role. They did that shit purposely. Oh, you want to be in Rush Hour 3? Well, you know what you have to do. I'm in room 302 or whatever the fuck. Then you're going to get madder at the fact later on. But, you know, like I said, but, you know, rape is a serious thing. Like, the way I feel about rape, period, is it's like killing somebody without them dying. It's killing their soul. It's their heart, their joy. You're killing that. And I think the penalty should be, hey, you rape somebody, you get your dick cut off, they put your dick in your mouth, they duct tape it, and they hold your nose until you suffocate and die. Because that person can never get what you just took away from them back. So that's why I said I can't call the woman in the Tupac case a liar. I don't want to. I would just hope that she wouldn't lie about something like that. You understand? Maybe the cops put her up to the shit. Who knows? You know? Tupac said he was introduced to the girl. You know? But getting back to the kids. What happens to the kids? This happens a lot. More than people willing to speak about it. I told you. Black men and fucking children. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about children. And it drives me nuts. It makes me really fucking sad and angry to even to speak on it. It really does. I don't want to make this like a fucking sad podcast. I want to keep the energy going, but I just want to, just conversation, just chilling. Dead Monkeys in Outer Space every Tuesday. What is 5 things, 5 topics? Oh, you know what I saw that's kind of like driving me crazy? Not driving me crazy, but it's just annoying. It's very annoying. Is Faison Love is like consistently shitting on Dave Chappelle. Why? I don't get it. He said, Dave Chappelle was built up by white people, and he's not even funny. White people build Dave Chappelle, and he's not funny, whatever the case may be. I guess he's referring to Dave Chappelle's background in terms of Dave Chappelle grew up in a nice suburban area, whatever the case may be. But I was like, Dave paid his dues, dude. What are you talking about? He used to hit New York nightclubs, religiously, trying out material, and things like that. And before New York, he was, I guess in whatever in DC, trying out stuff and whatever. I mean, he for some reason to question that is ridiculous, kind of, to me. And Faison Love is not funny whatsoever. And if you don't know who Faison Love is, he's the guy that played Big Worm in fucking Friday, the movie Friday, which is over 20 years ago. That was his last claim to fame. And then he had that TV show with, I think, Robert Townsend, I think. And I think he's shitting on him too. So good luck trying to find a job, you fat idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you? How are you gonna talk about that shit? Yeah, but he's shitting on Dave Chappelle. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't get it. I don't get it. Faison, I've seen Faison do stand up, and he's horrible. He's not good. He's not good at stand up. Excuse me. And I was like, wow, this I don't know. I don't get it. What else I seen? What else I seen out there? Oh, I saw this today. Whack 100. I don't know how many people are familiar with Whack 100. One of the worst names ever. But he has like this. He commented actually on the Busy Bone, video addressing the Migos thing. Best group ever. So he was just like, oh, whatever. Well, I think he took some shots at Busy Bone or whatever the case, or just Bone actually Busy Bone, I believe. And so Lazy says something. Lazy's, like, I'm coming to LA anyway, or whatever the case may be. You have a problem, we square up and everything. So now they, talking about fighting each other over critique or just opinions. Because I think Whack 100 was like, yeah, look, the best, rap group of all time is like, the Beastie Boys in terms of record sales. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what? One thing is, I'm not a Beastie Boys fan. Like, I think Beastie Boys are a gimmick. They were like this thing, this. You know how Will Yankovic is in terms of he makes fun. I view them as that. They did rap for like 2 minutes because it was like the end thing to do, and then the rest of their shit became like some rock shit, some alternative rock type shit. And I'm just like, so I don't consider them a hip hop group. I don't. They get all these props in hip hop. I don't consider them. But anyway, enough about them. But yeah, Lazy and Whack about to like pretty much fight. And I'm just like, holy shit, what the fuck? Are you serious? And it's going to happen like soon because obviously the All-Star break comes up in the NBA. I think in like 2 weeks from now, I believe. Well, I'm recording this podcast. You don't know when, but it's supposed to be I don't know, February something. But anyway, there's always some incident that goes down at the fucking All-Star game. Bunch of celebrities, bunch of rappers. Everybody think they're fucking tough guys. They're gonna bring their gang. So whatever you saying, it's like another award show for fucking rappers. It's weird. What else did I see? Oh yeah, how can I forget Dennis Edwards of the Temptations? Passed away. Weird story about that. I was at the airport. It was me, my mother, and my aunt, and they knew who he was. I didn't know. I didn't listen to the Temptations like that as a little kid. So this is like years ago, maybe like 20-something years ago, probably longer. And he was, he was there, standing at the baggage claim, and my mother and my aunt was like, "Is that him? Is that him?" I think, yeah, it is. I think it is. And I think he recognized that they knew that, that they was trying to figure out if it was really him. And I think he was like, he's like, yeah, that's me or whatever. Because at first he was kind of like, I guess, standoffish because he was just like, obviously he's famous, so he gets this shit all the time. But he was just like, yeah, it's me, whatever. And I was like, wow, that's crazy because it's funny that he passed away. Not funny that he passed away, but it's funny that when he passed away, I was just like, wow, I remember seeing that guy. I met him before because I remember my mother and aunt talked about, when we was at the airport. It's like, yeah, that was the guy from the Temptations. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't know. Like if I pointed out, hey, Mom, that's Elzai from Slum Village, and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. And what else? Actually, speaking of Elzai, he has a new project coming out called Jericho Johnson with Crisis doing the beats. Yeah, he put a snippet up on Twitter. It's fucking dope. I can't wait for that shit. Again, one of my favorite dudes. And how can I forget the fifth thing I seen that the Patriots lost the Super Bowl. Yeah. So that's 3 Super Bowls that this cocksucker Brady lost, right? I don't even want to get into that because I don't even, football is like a joke at this point. It's all Vegas. That's all it is. All these gamblers. That's all that shit is. But yeah. So Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast, and I will see you next Tuesday. Peace.